I'm coming. Up the mountain, kept running.
Hello, here we are at the President Barack Obama Inauguration Party, sponsored by AskBlake.com. We brought together parents, community members, educators, students, principals, teachers, all together to celebrate the inauguration of the 44th President of the United States of America. So check out our interviews and check out what we're going to show you today and feedback from parents, students, and teachers. Cheyenne, today is a very historical day in America. We just elected the first African-American president. From a young person's perspective, can you tell us how you feel about that?
I think this is a wonderful day. I mean, to see where we came from with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. marching and the boycotting, to see that, you know, his dream has not only come true, but it's just started, that Mr. President Obama has just paved the way for all African-American people.
Hold me through in the name of love. I'm gonna in the name of love. And I'm gonna in the name of love. Oh yeah, in the name of love.
From the beginning of his campaign, President Obama stated that one could believe that if one considered that there were not a black America or a white America, but a United States of America, a change could come to the United States and ultimately a change to the world. And today we prove that he was elected the 44th president and the first African American to hold this esteemed office. So it means a lot to me. Not only am I a black person, but one that had the same dream and vision that one day we would have someone representing us and representing America at the highest office that there is.
Today, we just celebrated history. The first African-American president of the United States of America. What kind of impact did that have on you as an educational leader? And more importantly, what kind of impact did you see it having on your students?
Well, the impact it had on me for the first time, and I share this with my students, is that prior to today, I never thought that it was possible for an African-American to hold the coveted post of President of the United States. And my message to the students today was, anything is possible. If you think it, believe it, you can achieve it. All you have to do is put the effort in.
You were very, very involved in the civil rights movement in college. And you have, over the course of your lifetime, been involved in several movements that have led to the betterment of community. You've been a community organizer for over 30-something odd years. What does it mean to you to see the first African-American president sworn in today, and he comes from a community organizing background? How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel in a way in which it's hard for me to express. You know, I don't feel so much about Obama the man. It's the symbol that he represents. He has destroyed the whole concept of black inferiority. In America, the central theme for over 400 years is that black people have been inferior. But now, how could you say black people are inferior when the most powerful man in the world is a black man? And so every little child, boy or girl, looking at Obama or looking at Michelle, can no longer claim the title that's been unjustly put upon us of inferiority. We are, at this point, we can do anything we want to do. And Obama and Michelle and her family exemplifies that.
We just witnessed the 44th President of the United States of America be sworn in today. And we made history because he's the first African-American president of this country. What impact do you think that will have on the young children that you see day in and day out?
You know, it's interesting because I've been some places where the children don't see the connection between who they are and what he is. But the more we see of him, the more who he is will resonate with our children. Even something as simple as his love of basketball. You know, that seems simplistic, but that's almost like giving him street creds. So children who look, and sometimes it's not just the color, but it's the socioeconomic issues. He can say, wow, he's famous, he's brilliant, and he plays basketball. Maybe I can do that too. So there's that gap he's bridging between the intelligentsia and the politicians and our children. I definitely believe he's going to make an impact.
As a person who was a victim of being put in jail for fighting and standing up for rights, and who was in the South when they used to sick dogs on African American men, women, and children, did you ever think in your lifetime that you would see an African American president?
Absolutely not. To be very honest with you, when you were in those cells fighting for freedom, justice, and equality, and when you were being brutalized and called monkey, where's your tail, go back to Africa, and you were being brutalized by the system, of course you can never even think that this system would ever permit a black man to lead it. So no, to be very honest with you, I am stunned that in this time, and that was only like 40 years ago, that we have a black man, not just any black man, but a black man who's connected to the community, who understands the pain of the slave blood that goes through the veins of his wife and his children. I am so overwhelmed, and I'm so optimistic. In fact, my grandson, 15 years old, called me and said to me, he said, Papa Nuku, the first time I'm going to vote is 3 years or 4 years from now, and I'm going to vote to re-elect Obama.
Now, we know that usually in the media, black men are characterized as criminals, as deviants, as someone who can't be trusted. Now, the most powerful man in the world, the free world, is a black man. How does that make you feel?
Well, I tell you one thing, it's just definitely a blessing. It's such a surprise, you know what I mean? I thought, I'm 37 years old, and I never thought I'd see anything like this, you know what I mean, with all the things in our past. And it's a blessing, man. It's really, I can't even fathom it right now. I'm trying to really grasp it, but it's just great, and I just know that it will be a change.